Hey everybody, welcome to SMG Viewers Comments episode 127. Hope everyone's going to have a wonderful holiday. Let's get right to it.
Hey Glenn, you got kids? My son just started his own studio and does get work. He has a young family. His wife refuses to allow him to pass the business down to the kids. It's his thing and she wants something else for the kids. She also doesn't like it when they go to the studio with him. Is this a business worth saving for your children or safe to have kids in? Thanks.
Well, that seems a little controlling, don't you think? I don't know, maybe the wife should, mellow the fuck out and maybe let the kids learn a skill. I mean, not everybody gets to grow up in a recording studio. I mean, like, most notable family that grew up in a recording studio were the Abbott brothers, who went on to form Pantera. So tell the wife to shut the fuck up. Seriously though, I don't have kids because I knew having a studio and having children would be two very conflicting things, and given the amount of time that a studio takes up in my life, I didn't think it'd be fair to have kids. So I chose a career instead. So I know a lot of guys who have had studios and kids and somehow managed to pull it off, but honestly, it's just not for me.
I can't believe you didn't say new strings.
What good would they do? It's not like he's gonna practice.
Hi Glenn, my main issue with making music is deciding when it's finished. Any tips on not being insanely perfectionist and releasing stuff instead of altering or redoing things?
Nope, it's never finished. Good mixes are never done, they're only abandoned. Welcome to the wonderful world of making art. When a song is done, it's going to be completely up to you.
Drummers can't help getting swamp ass even if they just showered before recording. Sorry, that's what happens when you sprint a marathon behind a kid.
Not all drummers, just a few of them. I'm not going to mention any names because I really don't want to piss off my good friend Mike.
Hey Glenn, do you think you could do a video explaining the importance of headroom and proper instrument levels? Guitar, drums, vocals, bass, etc.
Yes, that should totally get a dedicated episode. If you guys want a quick primer on that, please check out the greatest metal guitar recording trick I ever learned. I briefly go over what headroom's all about, especially in the context of a live mixer. And if you're into recording metal guitar, I highly recommend checking out that video if you haven't already, because I got to learn from the absolute best in the business when it comes to recording guitar, and I learned something really fucking cool.
Yo Glenn, what would you say is either your favorite guitar or guitar range?
Well, I've got a 1988 Washburn 29 fret. That's my absolute favorite guitar, but that's mainly because I worked my ass off in high school to get this thing, and I've still got it, 30 years later. It's a killer guitar. I pull it out here and show it on the show every once in a blue moon. It's great. But honestly, as far as modern guitars go, there are so many good fucking guitars out there. The Ibanez stuff, the Iron Heart or Iron Label, that's it, series. They're fucking great. I was playing a few of those at GitCon, just awesome. The Spectre stuff is fantastic. Actually, my favorite studio guitar is a Spectre. It's got more use than anything because it sounds great and it's rock solid in the tuning. The new Chapman stuff is fucking killer. There's so many great guitars, and I really want Ola to send me one of his guitars because the new Solar guitars look fucking badass. That's a great thing. You are in a buyer's market, I guarantee. Go to a guitar store. Check out a few different guitars of different styles. You're going to find something you like because there is something for everybody out there these days.
But what use are the truck nuts if they're perpetually banned from driving?
The exact same use as they are if they're not banned from driving. If you drive down the street or the truck sits in a driveway, they're going to have the exact same use. Nothing. No use whatsoever. Except maybe to tell the world, hey, this driver's an idiot.
Hey Glenn, I was on Facebook and a guitarist for a local band called out a girl for the sole reason of misgendering his girlfriend who went by they-them pronouns, and basically said that she was not allowed at their shows. The band's frontman, who had claimed there should be nothing but love in the metal community, went off on the same girl and called her a piece of shit for thinking there was only two genders, something that every kid with basic biology understanding already knows. What are your thoughts on these vigilantes trying to bring love to the metal community by casting out people who don't abide to their beliefs? I used to be a fan of their work until then. Anyway, big fan of your channel. Cheers from Boston.
Ooh, touchy subject. Look, here's the thing. I have always said this. The world's not going to forget what you are. So don't expect it to change. So they use the wrong fucking pronoun. Get over it. It's going to happen. No, you can't expect the world to get everything right because we are biologically wired to tell man from woman. It just comes down to a mating thing on a zoological level. That's it. There's nothing political about it. And the fact that people have tried to politicize this just drives me up the fucking wall. Don't get me wrong, there's a lot of trans kids who watch the show, and those people are absolutely welcome. And I do try and get their pronouns correct. Like I said, I try and respect people, except for the fucking bass players. Fuck them. But if you're going to be a zealot about things and you're trying to grow a fan base, I think the two might be working against each other. That would be my thing. Oh, well, we're not allowed at your shows because you used the wrong gender. Okay, fine. You know what? We'll go see a band where we feel welcome. Good way to shoot yourself in the foot when you're trying to build an audience.
Hey Glenn, just curious, where do you feel the line is drawn for the proper role of a producer-engineer in the songwriting process? Have you ever told a band to play something other than what they had written in hopes of making the song better? Or do you just let them record what they've written and let it stand on its own for better or for worse? Cheers from Northern California.
Really depends on the band. I mean, like, there's been a couple projects where I've come in and the band had some really good music, but the vocal melodies were pretty shit. And, you know, I've sat down and helped, you know, the singer write new vocal melodies and get something much better. So there's that. I mean, like little arrangement bits. If you put on the first Woods of Ypres record, you listen to the song A Meeting, Place, and Time. You know, there's that great big hook right in the beginning there with the fucking snare reverb. You know, and the guitar just dun, dun, boom, dun, 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 dun. That was my idea. Originally they just had the guitars sustain on that snare hit. I'm like, no, let's mute the guitars there and get a little bit more impact and turn the song around. That kind of shit. There's been other little things, you know, where it's like, you know, the fucking hi-hat will cut in, you know, count in on a guitar line and then it'll just like a nice slow thing and then just miss the last beat just to add tension. Bam! That kind of shit. Just little arrangement bits I find can go a long way in giving a song much more impact. So if I've got some ideas, yeah, I'll throw them at a band. Sometimes they're receptive, sometimes they're not. But that's the role of a producer, is being able to throw an idea at somebody and being able to accept when somebody says no to you as well.
Hey Glenn, do you know how a rock metal musician can have international success nowadays? In other words, is it possible for rock and metal to be mainstream again and bury pop and rap? Or do we have to keep putting up with that shit for the rest of our lives?
You know, you want to be successful, put a cool song up on YouTube. Believe me, if it's good, we'll find it. Said this before. I don't have a problem with other genres of music. Put up with that shit. I think the world's big enough where we can have more than one genre. I don't have a problem with that whatsoever. Don't be so narrow-minded.
Studio Essential number 11, a kettle, tea, and a pack of biscuits. Nothing quite diffuses intense band arguments like getting the fuckers to sit down and stare into a mug for 10 minutes while they think about how stupid they are.
That is wonderful advice. I highly recommend anybody who records bands have that on hand.
Just want to say that this was in bad taste, overdone, underwritten, and not as funny. I'm not a bass player, and I'm not offended! Just saying, Merry Christmas, everyone!
Congratulations! You've just won the Butthurt Comment of the Week award! You'll win absolutely nothing but a double middle finger salute from me personally. While you're sitting there stewing about how distasteful my video was, let it be known that all the stories in that video were based on truth, including the bleaching incident. And while I understand that you're European and you might never have encountered them, truck nuts are a sad reality on the streets in North America these days. All right, that's it for this episode. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to the channel, and if you want to support the channel and you want to send a clear message that you don't support violence in concerts, grab my new shirt, Fuck Hardcore Dancing. You can get yours on sale now at the Spectre Media shop. If you want to get a really cool Christmas gift, get my lesson on mixing math rock. That's going to be available in the shop as well. And if you want to watch more videos, you can check out a playlist or two. Thanks again for watching. I will see you guys next time. Have a wonderful winter solstice.